Allen, serious business. Bernard Hopkins hasn't lost a fight since he lost to Roy Jones back in 1993. On several occasions, negotiations were underway to try to put Hopkins and Jones together again. It has not ever happened. However, in the new Ring Magazine pound-for-pound rankings of the past few weeks, Hopkins has moved up to number 1. So he's fighting to protect that ranking here against Allen and to take it on into September, if in fact that takes place. Allen, southpaw, tries to work behind his right jab, was effective with it in the first couple of rounds of their first fight.
All right, break out.
One good thing for Bernard is that he's taller than Allen, which makes him have the advantage more so because now Allen has to kind of come to him.
And while Bernard is not a huge one-punch puncher, he's used that leverage that he gets from his height to wear opponents down frequently throughout his career. Right?
Yes, he does.
Allen, incidentally, is a natural right-hander. One of the few natural right-handers you'll see from the southpaw stance.
Says that he did it from the first moment he went into the gym. Just felt more comfortable that way. Michael Moorer was like that.
All right, break out. Step back.
He talked about that hold one arm, pound away with the other technique.
They both love to do that.
The first fight was very tactical, 4 rounds before it ended. Neither one had a significant advantage. The second fight, Hopkins started to be more aggressive and throw more right hands and seized the initiative and dominated Allen.
Yeah, and you have to wonder what was going on in Allen's life at that moment, as he didn't seem very well prepared for the fight. By his own admission, he says, well, I trained in Miami while the Falcons were preparing for the Super Bowl, and I was rooting for the Falcons, and it distracted me. If you're distracted by that before your biggest fight, then there must be something else going on, too.
Yes, a lot of other things may be going on.
You got a problem? Okay, what I told you. All right, no hitting on a break. All right, let's go.
See, and surely at this moment, Hopkins is saying, I got him. There's Cortez already taking Allen to task.
A left hand from Allen landed.
Hold it right there. Let's go. Lead fight, 3 rounds. All right, time.
Tactical first round draws boos from the crowd.
Settle it down. Everything's fine. Everything's cool. Don't worry about it. Everything's cool. Get water.
Hopkins with the trainer he fired, who then sued him, and now they're back together, lovey-dovey.
Everything's cool in this, son. Just go right back to the original plan. Stay right there.
Trap him left, trap him right.
You fire the shot?
And trap him left, trap him right. And then he's going to come. But he's moving right into the trap.
Throw the shot forward?
Throw the shot.
Even if he's trying to counter?
The trap, the hook's going to bring it back to your left hand. When he come back, he's going right to the left.
Seems to me they ought to be on the same page by this time, Roy.
Yeah, it seems like they should have that together already, so that worries you. Because you wonder how is he in the corner now asking questions, especially after you fought a guy 2 times already.
Yeah, and you heard the crowd boo at the end of round 1. That's because CompuBox could only find 8 landed punches in the round, 6 for Hopkins and 2 for Allen. They only threw a total of 55 between them. Some middleweights would average 55 per round on their own. So the first round was slow.
It was a fill-out process, I think.
Another left hand lands for Allen. Just a little poke, but he got it into Hopkins' face with a left hand lead.
Do you feel, Roy, that Hopkins has become more and more of a counter puncher over the years?
Yes, he has. He knows when to be aggressive and how to be aggressive. But he kind of goes out and he does it like Castillo did in the last fight. He starts out slow and he picks up as the fight goes on because he knows most of these guys will wear down throughout the course of a long fight.
At 39, is there any reason for Bernard to worry about how much gas he has in the tank?
No, because he stays trained all the time. He stays ready. He's very disciplined. One of the best disciplined champions you'll ever see.
No bad habits.
No bad habits. So he does not have to worry about getting tired. He won't run out of gas. Hopkins
is a gym rat, kind of like Roy Jones.
You got to love the gym if you're going to compete.
And with Allen at an odd angle and with his back turned to Bernard Hopkins, Hopkins took advantage of the opportunity to pepper him with 3 shots and now knocks him down on a left hook that Joe Cortez says was not in a knockdown. Not an official knockdown. He says it was a trip with the foot.
Well, it looked like a knockdown, but maybe Hopkins inadvertently was stepping on the front foot of Allen.
I believe he was. And Hopkins didn't protest the call at all. That if all goes well for Bernard, he'll acknowledge after the fight that Joe Cortez is one of the greatest referees there is.
Allen is having real problems cutting the ring off on Bernard, and that shouldn't be a problem for a seasoned fighter.
Bernard hits Allen with a straight right hand as Allen prepared to step in.
He's looking for that right hook. He's looking for that hook, baby.
With all of his experience, his 18 consecutive title defenses, Hopkins doesn't worry much about pleasing the crowd.
Never has.
Boos aren't likely to change what he's doing in there.
No, they won't. And that shows his discipline once again. He's not going to let somebody talk him into doing something that he doesn't want to do.
All right.
Neither of them deserve to win that round as far as I'm concerned.
What, you thought the first one was any better?
Double up for me.
This fight is off to a desultory start.
Right? Not big, just double them. Quick.
Smart and patient. Smart and patient. Taking away.
Just quick. Don't worry about the big power. It's quick shot. Hit the top.
Well, go to him in front.
Yeah.
Punch your way there. Use the jab up and down. Drop your feint. Quick left hand. Touch him. Touch on this guy. The guy's soft.
Let's see that knockdown or non-knockdown.
No punch at all.
Yeah.
Good call by Cortez. And here's a look from ref cam. And you can see right there, Hopkins' left foot was completely on top of the right foot of Robert Allen. So Joe Cortez called it perfectly as the conventional fighter's foot was locked up with the southpaw fighter's foot.
Hold the head down, Allen.
There you go, Ed. There you go, Ed. Just like that, baby. You're looking for the hook. He gonna try to jab and go to the hook. Keep working.
Touch on him. Good fight. Change fight. Touch on him.
Roy Jones talks about Bernard Hopkins' discipline. One way that shows is he's about as consistent as anybody in keeping his right hand in a proper defensive position. And therefore, when he throws the straight right hand, he wraps it from around behind his shoulder. And there's another straight right hand over the top by Hopkins.
Left hand, I believe, that Allen landed that stunned Hopkins just momentarily. Was it a right?
It was a right hook.
Most effective punch of the fight for Allen. And now a little straight left hand inside lands for Allen as their heads nearly bump.
Yeah, they have to be very clashing of heads because usually when these two type lefty and the righty fights, the headbutt is a very big issue.
Good straight right hand down the pipe for Hopkins, and then he stepped away. Bernard seems to be picking up the tempo just a little bit.
Yeah, he's trying to steal a little bit more now. Trying to land some big shots here, pop shots that is, to get himself going.
But still, circling, moving away, countering, picking his spots.
And not doing anything.
Limited offense. I'm trying to put a good face on this, Larry.
There you go.
He's throwing one punch at a time.
Look me over. That was the mark.
Is this likely to build Allen's confidence, Roy Jones?
No, not really, because Allen doesn't throw many punches either. I mean, neither one of them are doing a whole lot right now. And, I don't think Allen was lacking for confidence coming in anyway.
Straight right hands were the key to Hopkins' offensive performance against Allen in the second of their two fights. He used the straight right hand more liberally in the second fight than in the first, and that was where he did a lot of the damage.
Yeah, he's using it pretty good right now.
Yep. Another straight right hand in that exchange.
He's making weight. He's making weight.
A little left to the body. Bernard quite content for the moment to, as Larry pointed out, land one punch at a time.
Hey, Rob, listen, man.
Crowd not content with that, but Bernard is.
You gonna train too hard to let this guy be stealing the round. You know he's gonna try to steal the round.
He ain't doing nothing, Rob.
All he's doing is look to jump in with the right hand.
He got no left hand, man.
Let your shots go. I need the quick one too. And when he come close, turn the left uppercut under right away. All right? Do it now. Do it now. We can't let him steal no more rounds.
Gotta get a dog fight, baby.
You can't let him steal no more rounds, man.
Come on, Ching.
That's no smart.
Take a nice deep breath for me, baby.
Thing to keep him working.
Take a deep breath for me, son.
Keep him working.
Again, Allen is a natural right-hander who fights from the southpaw stance. And there you see that wide swinging hook at one point in the round, digging with the right and coming over with it again later in the round.
Oh, let's get him out. Come on, guys.
So he uses that as his all-purpose weapon. Jabs, hooks, uppercuts, crosses.
And now Allen gets in another chopping right over the top as they scuffle near the ropes. Hopkins comes back with his trademark straight right hand. Harold, how do you have it through three?
Okay, Jim. 3-0, 30-27. Bernard Hopkins. Jim, I got to tell you something. Bernard Hopkins, you know, when I watched him fight Keith Holmes, it was the same thing. He in essence, when he fights the southpaw, he goes the wrong way. I mean, we're looking at ring generalship. He should circle the other way. But even still, he's landed the straight right hands.
I have it 1 round each and 1 round even.
And Joe Cortez warns Bernard to keep him up. Well, you heard Byron Oglesby, Robert Allen's trainer between rounds, and clearly he was thinking that Hopkins had won the third, and may have been thinking that Hopkins won the first two, as he ardently said to his fighter, you can't let him steal any more rounds. Stealing rounds is something you know how to do when you've been in the sport as long as this guy has.
Yeah, he stole a lot of them in his days. But he's a true veteran. And for Bernard, he's just going to try to wait Robert Allen out, let Robert get tired, land a few shots here, pick it up late, and hope he can make Robert quit like he tried to do the first time. He's not going to try to be out here trying to take stupid chances.
He can't stop fighting yet. He got to make weight. Top shot. You got to make weight, baby. He's too heavy. You got to make weight. There you go. There you go.
Again, Hopkins stepping forward with the straight right hand.
Fire inside. Fire inside. Do the trap with that hook. Fire inside.
Break out, clean, break out.
You know, over and over and over again, Roy, I see the same thing. There's never a lot of solid punching contact in a Bernard Hopkins fight. Why is that?
I don't know. It's just that he waits for a little while and he pop shots to guys. He doesn't try to go through a lot. He's not really a big puncher. He does most of his damage by an accumulation.
And he's good at making his opponents miss by just a little, so that they make contact, but it's not essential
contact. That's what he wants to do. He wants to make his opponent miss just enough so that he can make contact. Something he learned from our first fight.
Because you boxed him all the way.
All night long. But he learned a lot out of that fight.
He's a better fighter technically today than he was then, isn't he, Roy?
Oh, yes, he is. Most definitely.
Well, crowd shows its continually growing restlessness with the fight that they're seeing, of course. Many in the house